Oh, welcome back to another episode of my Seattle Mariners franchise here on MLB The Show 25, where we are up 3-2 over the Baltimore Orioles here in the ALCS. After a great last episode, get back-to-back wins after back-to-back losses. We did win Game 1, then won Game 4 and 5, and we have an opportunity today. It's just going to be a one game episode, just so I don't spoil what actually happens in this game with the length of the video. But we have an opportunity with a win in this episode, or if it does push to it in Game 7, to send the Seattle Mariners to their first ever World Series. On the other side of the bracket, Philadelphia Phillies swept the Dodgers. I guess I don't really have to do that. Let's do it. So they swept them 5-1, 5-4, 12-2, 6-5. So a couple of really close games on that side. But really excited. Obviously having a great time with this series. It's nice to be able to make this kind of the focal point of the channel here for a little bit until College Football 26 comes out. And we're just going to jump right into it. It's going to be Bryan Woo versus Framber Valdez. We faced Valdez in Game 1 of this series, and he ended up going 4 innings, 4 hits, 3 walks, gave up 2 runs. But what really happened is we got to Yenier Cano. Povich and Tyler really beat up on them, but Valdez was given the loss. Still has a 2.45 ERA here in the postseason. Bryan Woo is on the mound for us. Had 1 start, went 6 innings. He was really, really good. I think he actually started this game, if I'm not mistaken. I think they both started the same game they did. He was excellent. The bullpen had a little bit of trouble late in this one, but the game at that point was largely pretty much out of hand. But let's see if we can get the Mariners to the World Series. This is going to be at home. If it goes to a Game 7, it will also be at home. And yeah, I'm super excited, super pumped. We've had a really good time, I feel like, in this series, playing this game. Glad it's back. I think we're going to roll with the same lineup. Burleson has had a couple of good games in a row after a tough stretch to start off. Going to move Rengifo down. Polanco has been good. Both of them have been pretty similar. Polanco has had a little bit more pop. Winker, really would like for him to get going. He has not had a hit since Game 1 of this series. So need to work on that. Had a tough stretch going on here with Crawford as well, but Julio has been really good in this series. Raleigh has been solid, just hitting a bunch of singles, is not hitting for a ton of pop right now in the postseason. Has had just 1 home run in the postseason, but he's hitting 270. Arozarena has been really good. Polanco, again, has been solid. We're going up against a lefty, so that's going to move Raleigh down a little bit. What did he do in that Game 1? Ended up going 1 for 3 with a home run in that game. So that's kind of unfortunate. Raleigh has been the best hitter on the team here in the playoffs, but a lefty is a tough matchup for him. He doesn't have good numbers against them. The clutch is still pretty solid, so you can maybe get away with it, moving him up a little bit, but Polanco and Rengifo are both switch hitters, so we'll move these two to the bottom of the lineup. Raleigh almost acts like another leadoff hitter, kind of with his speed and stuff anyway. This is what we're going to roll with to try to send the Mariners to their first ever World Series against an Orioles team that has struggled a lot in the last episode to hit, obviously. Just scored the 1 run, and it came on a Gunnar Henderson home run in the first inning off of Luis Castillo, and then Castillo was great after that. Bryan Woo on the mound. See how he does today. He is certainly trying to get a long-term contract with us. And I think his continued success in the postseason would go a long way for that. It almost looked like they did not have – is there a way to batting order? Okay, I thought for a second they didn't have Gunnar Henderson in the lineup. Henderson, of course, had a great last game with 3 hits. Good strike there for Woo. Trying to get us rolling. Woo's pitching repertoire really matches up well against lefties with the sinker. Circle change. Combination working away from them. He gets a strikeout there at Mullins, who has been a big thorn in our side. Then against righty, still has the slider, sweeper, fastball combination that you can also work with as well. Good slider. So far, Wu is off. Looking really good. Pitches have been in a good location. Try to get a sinker down and in. Another strikeout for Brian Wu, who, again, had a great last start in the postseason, is off to a good one here. 3-2 lead is crazy in this series. 1-1. I was a little nervous heading into Game 4 after two pretty bad losses earlier in the series. Hold on, I'm getting the phone call. It's a 3-up, 3-down inning. We are back. But yeah, 3-up, 3-down inning there. Great start for Brian Wu. Now giving up just 1 run through 7 innings. Framber Valdez on the mound. Has been really good in his 2 postseason starts. Unfortunately, did catch a loss there in that Game 1. In this ALCS, we're going to start things off here with a 1-1 count to J.P. Crawford. Just hitting .238 with OPS is at a solid spot thanks to 3 of his 10 hits being home runs. Circle change down the middle. Let it ride, though. Oh! Good eye there. 2-2 count. Felt like we put off a lot of good swings in the last episode. We'll try to do that today. Crawford gets us off to a hot start, and that's going to be a extra base hit as it gets to the wall. Crawford slides in with a double to start us off. That is perfect start. Patient, waited for a good pitch to hit. He did not miss it. Now it's Winker, who is heavily due for something. Just a 171 average. Curveball. It's out to a 1-2 count. 99 clutch. Be a good time to utilize it here. That's hit decently hard, 88, but late on the sinker. Winker is 0 for his last 13 or something. Now it's a 3-2 count here to Julio, who has been very, very consistent in the postseason. I think he's only had 2 games where he does not have at least 1 hit. He's going to draw a walk here. It'll be 2 runners on for Cal Raleigh, who's been solid but has lacked the power combo that we are used to from him. Just 1 home run, 1 RBI. Oh, got a sinker to hit. I think a little out in front of that one, though. Just a tad. Good circle change. Got away from Raleigh. Now this all comes down to a Rosarena. With 2 runners on, 1-1 count.
Nope, that's away.
Good eye there. That was a tough couple of pitches there for Raleigh in that at bat. Valdez needs to find 1 more out to get out of this jam. Oh, and Rosarena. Well timed that one. But skies it in the air, unfortunately. Mullins gets under it. Got a pitch to hit, but you got to hit it. So Valdez able to work around the leadoff double and then the walk of Julio. See if Brian Wu can replicate his first inning success. It's ahead. These riders, you're going to see a lot of off-speed stuff going away from them. It's another strikeout for Wu. 3 Ks to the first 4 batters that he has faced. 2-1 count here to Cowser. Sinker away. It's a really good pitch. Yeah, Wu is looking the part here so far in this one.
3 balls, 2 strikes.
Getting the chase, so it's a full count. Just go right back to that sinker. Try to make him hit it back up. No. Sinker right down the middle. Froze Cowser. Not Wu's best pitch, but he gets away with it. 4th strikeout and 5 batters. That's a quick 2-2 count here to Jordan Westberg. He hits that one a long way. Can Burleson get to it? That one is out. It's going to be a home run the opposite way for Jordan Westberg to give the Orioles the lead. Robles might can get back there and steal that one. Burleson could not. That got a lot more of the plate than I wanted it to there. And up, Brian Wu gives up the first run of the game. See if he can bounce back here against Adley. Adley's been solid in the postseason. Hasn't done a ton against Seattle, though.
Ball 4, take your base.
And now he gets walked. So now Wu all of a sudden gives up a home run and a walk. That's a 2-1 count to Mayo. That is a bad sinker, or bad slider. Get him a little back under control here. That was not in a good spot there either. Rengifo over to Crawford. Inning is over, but Jordan Westberg does give Baltimore the lead with a solo shot over to right field. Well, he had to score at least 1 to win. Good sinker there. Bronco hits it over to Griffin. I boosted up Griffin's potential. A guy that comes in at 23 years old, starting second baseman. He was came in like a 76 overall, but 60 potential. So I raised his potential, I think, up like 77, 78, just for future purposes of the series. Low on Rengifo there. Good slider, or good sinker. 2-2. Chops that one. Westberg. Oh, they're going to call that foul. Looks like that was fair. Come on, Rengifo.
Full count.
Good eye there. 3-2 count. Has not thrown an actual strike in this at bat yet. Golly, Rengifo. I'm not getting the bat head around. That was a hanging curveball. Rengifo flies out to center with. Alex Lupraley has been the best hitter for Seattle here in the postseason, but a tough lefty-on-lefty matchup for him. Moves him down the lineup a bit. Rolls over that one. Got a good pitch to hit.
Yeah.
All right. Seattle's got to get the timing down, but a much smoother inning there for Valdez. 3 up, 3 down. And now here is Derek Griffin. 2-1 counts. All of a sudden, Wu is starting to work himself into tougher situations to work back from. And I hope that one goes foul. Looks like it is going to go off the pole. Oh, it's just a home run. Okay. Thought that one was going to turn, but the second straight inning, Baltimore gets a solo home run. That sinker called a ton of the plate. Griffin got a lot of that one. A lot more than what I thought he did coming off the bat. I was hoping it was going to go foul. Baltimore up 2-0 here. Brian Wu, after a great first start and a great first 5 batters in this game, all of a sudden struggling a bit here. That ball scores. And Julio cut it off. He does. Very fast. Could have easily been a double. Julio makes sure that it is just a hard hit single. Mullins gets the steal on the fastball. Got a really good jump there. Now Castaway would foul away a really good slider there from Wu.
2-2.
Sinker way too low. Mullins going to try to get to third.
He's in there. He's safe.
This inning is just getting worse here for Wu. circle change, but a third run is going to score. Nice shot from Mountcastle, taking advantage of the stolen base and the wild pitch there. Baltimore off to a really good start here so far offensively. And that's going to be a base hit up the middle. Brian Wu just may not have it today. It's not a terribly spotted sinker.
Yeah.
That was not a well-positioned slider. That was not a well-positioned sweeper. That one is thankfully going to go foul. So he has had two really bad back-to-back off-speed pitches. Sinker's in a better spot there. Fine, Woo. He looked so good through the first 5 batters, then just lose it.
Ball 2.
That one's low.
2 balls, 2 strikes.
2-2 count here. Wu just trying to get out of this inning. Out of the strikeout. Henderson is still at first. Still got one more out to get here. Going to come down to Colton Cowser.
Runner!
Henderson's off. It's not a good location on the sinker there again. Better one there on the changeup. Crawford over to Rengifo. Wu gets out of the inning, but not before. Derek Griffin hits a solo home run. Cedric Mullins gets a single, a stolen base, gets over on a pass ball, and then Mountcastle knocks him in on a ground out. All right. Back to this offense. You got to start ticking away here. Really good slider.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
See, I was probably a little too free swinging today.
That's a ball.
Good eye there. Way to pull back on it.
Hey!
Strikeout. Foul, or tipped it. Rushman catches it. Second strikeout for Valdez. We're now back to the top of the order with Crawford. 5 for 25, 2 homers in the series. Did hit a double to start things off.
Ball.
Good take. Will be a 2-1 count. Need Crawford to get rolling here.
Up.
Good
3-2.
pitch. 3-2 count now. Or I think I called, yeah, I think I called it 2-1. It's 3-1. Full count. Very pitched. Good sinker. Works his way back. Great pitch. Now it's Winker. There we go. Little base hit for Winker is more than due. Get that one 107 off the bat. Actually scorch that one in the center.
Now batting, the center fielder,
Little missed time there on the circle change. Way late on it. 1-2 count with 2 outs. Come on, Julio.
Ball.
Good eye there. Way to foul that one off. A tough one. 2-2. 2 outs.
3 balls, 2
Make it a
strikes.
full count. Julio has already walked once today. Oh, my goodness. Yeah.
Got him.
Right now, Valdez is getting away with mistakes. Brian Wu is not getting away with most of his, but that is another curveball that Valdez is put in a bad spot that the Mariners have just not taken advantage of.
That's the ball. 2-1.
It's a really good slider that he stayed off of there. See if we can get a smoother inning here from Wu.
Hey!
Because it's like, you know, we're playing with the benefit of being up, knowing that we are not up for elimination. So you don't want to use up on your bullpen guys today, just in case you really get into that bad spot where you're at a game 7. You got to throw a bunch of people. Good start there for Wu. Here at the top of the 4th. Certainly would like to get another inning or 2 out of Wu here at least. His sinker is all over the place all of a sudden. But his circle changes. Missing badly. What do you go to? Try a backdoor slider here.
That's 4. Take your base.
It'll be a ball 4. Another walk for him. I think that's his second walk to Rutschman, if I'm not mistaken, too.
Woo!
The fastball. The fastball is at least locating well. Just don't want to throw a ton of fastballs. Not a bad slider. Try and get this circle change. He does, but that's going to be back up the middle. Oh, and he actually ends up turning a double play. I guess Rengifo touched second there. Right as he caught it, well timed. I thought that was just going to be an out at first. Mariners turn 2 there. Now it's Raleigh. Got big pop against lefties. It'd be nice for that to show up here. It's a good sinker. You're wanting to turn and burn on something. 1-2 count now.
2-2.
Make it 2-2. Trying to make Valdez work, but you're not getting a ton of base runners.
Oh.
That's, ooh, I thought he got me there. That one ends up dipping below, though. It ends up being a good take for Raleigh. That circle, I mean, that curveball had a ton of movement to the left on it as well. It'll foul off the sinker. 3-2 count.
Ball 4.
It'll be a walk there for Raleigh. Good eye. Second walk. Trying to be patient. Make sure we're swinging at our pitches. 1-1 count now to Rosarena.
Ball.
Good take.
2 balls. 1
Way to
strike.
pull back on that. 2-1 count. That was not a good take. Not a good swing. 2-2. He's going to miss that. He's getting away with curveballs. That's not a horrible one. A lot of movement, just not good timing on it. Okay. 1 out in the inning. Now Polanco's up. Raleigh's still at first. That's a curveball you need to hit. Coming in on the inner third of the plate. The movement on the sinker is really helping some of his location out late. Good curveball. Strikes out Polanco. Valdez has got his stuff working today. Now this inning comes down to Rengifo. That ball is smoked. I don't know if Raleigh can score from first. They're going to send him. Raleigh should score. Slides in, knocks it in. Big time double there from Luis Rengifo. Seattle really needed that swing. Took advantage of that pitch. Yep, got a curveball middle. Rengifo did not miss it.
Ball 4. Take your base.
Raley draws a walk. That's a really tough take there. Tough call. Now you're making Valdez work a little bit. Burleson at the plate. It's a 1-1 count. So you got a pitch to play with here.
2-1.
That one's low. 2-1 count. Burleson has hit 2 home runs over his last 4 games. One here would give Seattle the lead in the bottom of the 4th. Not mad at watching that one go by. 2-2 count. Got that one off the hands, but it is going to fall, and Rengifo is going to score from second. Burleson late on the curveball. So again, Seattle does not time it well. but it's a curveball that Valdez misses location. Burleson gets just enough of it. Now there's a runner at first and third. Crawford at the plate.
2 balls.
That
1
one's high.
strike.
2-1 count. Valdez suddenly is really having to work this inning.
Ball.
Try again, 3-1. Winker does not have a single hit in the postseason with runners on. Does have a single to his name today. Crawford tried to turn on that one. Fouls it off. 3-2 count here. Come on. Good change. Good change out there. Listen to Chase. Feeling the pressure of the moment. Valdez with a big strikeout there, but 2 runs do get knocked in for Seattle thanks to Rengifo and Burleson. Three-2. You're back in the game now.
Oh.
Suddenly, Valdez has thrown more pitches than Wu through 4 as well. Big inning there for Seattle.
Ball 3. 3-1.
Now Wu cannot find the strike zone. Who do you want to kind of line up here with Snyder? Really would like to get through this 5th with Wu. He gives up a leadoff single to Derek Griffin, who has suddenly raised the potential, and he has hit a home run and a single back up the middle. Come on.
Ball 2.
Runner, runner, runner!
Foul that one away. Come on. He's off again. He's going to get thrown out at second base. His leadoff single is now for nothing. Raleigh throws him out at second. Wu to the plate here against Mullins. Over to Crawford. Crawford over to first. There we go. Okay. Taking 1 out away, getting through 5, despite it being a tough outing for Wu.
2-1.
Can't get him to chase.
Ball.
That's a really good
3-1.
circle change. 3-1 count. This one in the back slider here.
Take your base.
It's a walk. Okay. They got Gunnar Henderson coming to the plate. He's 1 for 2 today with a single. Had a nice last game with 3 hits, including a home run. He is definitely heating up a bit, and he is going to continue to do so as this inning is not finishing very well. Can they get the throw off at home? Crawford, a slow turn. Ends up scoring a run there from first off the walk. It's just a slow turn from Crawford. Holly. And that's not a terrible circle change or anything. Henderson just hit it. That ball is scored. So another run is going to score. That's got to take Wu out. Oh, okay. Seattle scores 2 in the bottom of the 4th. Ryan Wu gets the first 2 outs pretty easily. His day is now going to be done. We're bringing Colin Snyder out here to try to work out of this inning. We're going to go ahead and get, I think, Thornton warmed up. If this starts to implode on us, I need somebody that's going to eat some innings. Raleigh. Snyder gets out of the inning. But that inning ended up getting away from Wu again. Get the leadoff single. End up throwing Griffin out, but plenty of hits come around there after that. Henderson with the double. Scores Mountcastle from first, and then Cowser knocks him in. One to Winker. That ball is scored. Should be a double here for Winker to start us off. I really have liked that from Crawford in the last inning. 5-2 game, but it's not over. Certainly here in the bottom of the fifth. I don't know how much more they're going to throw Valdez. Now it's Julio to the plate, 0 for 1 with a walk. Got a curveball to hit in his last at bat there. You see pitch 5. Just a tad out in front of it. Did not do enough damage. That ball, that's one he's got to crush. That's, oh, Julio misses it. Winker can't even move up on that. Got a down the middle slider. Julio just missed it. This is what it is. Raleigh just misses that one. That's 2 back-to-back pitches with your 2 best hitters on the team. It's just her fly outs to center. Unfortunate. All right. Now this inning comes down to a Rosarena, the leadoff double from Winker, still standing at second. That is going to get through. They're going to send Winker. You got to be aggressive, down 3, and Winker is going to get in. Rosarena picks up his teammates and knocks in a run. He's hit right back up the middle. Now it's Polanco. Valdez, his 110th pitch. Polanco misses the circle change. Just a tad out in front of it. 1-2. Fouls off a tough curveball there. Golly. Got me to slide at an ugly slider there. That'll probably be it for Valdez, but he does work through 5. Seattle scores another run thanks to a Rosarena getting a single there to pick up Julio and Raleigh. Snyder's still out on the mound here as Westberg is at the plate.
One
Strike
ball,
there to get
2
it.
strike.
Good cutter, Rayleigh snags it over at first.
You're out.
One to Adley. Hits that one hard. One, 2. I don't even know how he fouls that one away, but he does. We go right back to the sinker. Got it up a little bit, but looks like Snyder is going to get away with that pitch. At least it was off the plate. Adley hits it hard though. That's Kobe Mayo. Struggling with strikeouts so far in this series. Need to work on getting him some new shoes. I don't know if it's like a glitch and something's not coming through. Yeah, that's all.
Ball 3.
Sudden chase.
3 and 2.
Full count. Come on. Julio. I couldn't quite get to it there. I think I went a little bit too far to the left there to kind of almost went more to cut it off and realized I had a chance to maybe catch it. Thankfully, didn't a mistake or anything happen from that. Now it's Derek Griffin, who of course hit the home run earlier in this one. 2 for 2 today. Out of this inning. Really good cutter there. It's going to be foul though. Right back to the sinker. Rengifo gets over to it. Over to first. Seattle gets out the inning. Egan Aiken, we have seen a ton of him, and it's a 2-2 count to Rengifo as we start off the bottom of the 6th. Good pitch. Good fastball low. Strike out for Rengifo. Still a lefty, so still a tough look here for Rayleigh. Got a slider up. Fouled it away. Fly this one out likely anyway. It does. Now this inning is going to come down to Burleson, who got the RBI single in his last at bat off the curveball on the inside of the plate, and somehow Basically just fisted out into left center.
Ball. 2 balls, 1 strike.
2-1 count here for Burleson.
Ball.
3-1 count here.
3 and 1.
Burleson.
Hook.
Good fastball.
3 balls, 2 strikes.
3-2. That'll be a walk. Nice job there from Burleson, at least extending the inning. Bring up Crawford, who's actually a better hitter against lefties technically than he is righties. Really big moment here. Gets a fastball at the top of the zone, down the middle, a crushable pitch. Flies it away, or pops it up to the catcher. Snyder with a 3-1 count here. Still trying to work.
Full count.
So using Snyder obviously a ton. So if you need like a setup situation in the next game, you still got Brash, Fire, Rogers, and Munoz right now would be in a decent spot for the next game. Golly. Single into right. Not a terrible fastball. Didn't get away with it. Throws a cutter by Mountcastle. Mountcastle fouls that one away now. Ooh, sinker was not where I wanted it. Snyder able to get it past Mountcastle. Never took the bat off his shoulders for that one. Gunnar Henderson's got 5 hits. This his last 2 games.
Runner.
Mullins is gone. Golly, he is easily getting these stolen bases. Come on. Get through Henderson. Get through Henderson. Great pitch, gets the strikeout. Snyder has been really strong today. He's exhausted, 1-1 count. This will be his last batter no matter what. Oh, got away with the sweeper there as long as Burleson brings it in. So nice work out of the bullpen from Colin Snyder. Gives us 2 1/3. Now it's Bautista. Back out there for Baltimore. This is a huge inning for Seattle. Get the top of the lineup up. 1-1 count here to Winker. Winker, oh my goodness, turned and burned on the fastball. Pulls it foul. Nope. Did not get his hands around on that fastball. That'll be an out. Julio 0 for 2 has had some pitches to hit, just hasn't done enough with them, obviously. Has drawn a walk. Pulled the string on him there.
2 strike.
Really good splitter. High fastball, throws it by him. Now an 0 for 3 day for Julio. Raleigh is going to come to the plate, see if he can extend this inning. Kind of a problem that Seattle has had in this one. They've knocked in some runs, but first 2 guys getting out a ton. Guy that hits third ends up getting on, but it just doesn't give you much to work with. Probably smoked that one, but it was foul. God, what am I doing? That's an awful swing. Awful swing. That's on me. That's not even close to the zone. Now we're throwing out Thornton, who's had 1 really bad inning here in the postseason. We left him out there too long in a game that was essentially a blowout at that point once he'd given up a couple of runs.
That's the ball.
This is not a good start.
3-1.
Come on.
Take your base.
Oh, pretty easy walk there for Cowser. It's Jordan Westberg. Who hit the home run there in the first inning. Give them a lead. Almost hit another one there. Raleigh get to it. He does not. How? Another base hit for Westberg. He's having a good day. He's been pretty good in the series. That was, at least appeared to be a really good slider. Shot, that's a great slider. That just is what it is.
2-1.
Julio is going to get to this one. No runners advance. Also very hard off of Thornton though. Not a bad sweeper. Get this one, Polanco.
No, he's in there.
Cannot get it over to second. Everybody is safe. A little slow trying to get over there to that. Try to turn two, so just went and got one. Do a mound visit here. That confidence up. Now they might get to Rengifo over to first. Thornton's able to get out of trouble. Was not a clean inning there. Able to turn two. Seattle is down two here. They are 6 outs away from losing this game. Like to at least do enough here in this inning to get the top of that lineup up again. Ryan Baker, we have seen a ton. Throws the fastball by Rosarena there. Fouls that one away. Too far out in front of that slider for sure.
That's a ball.
Good eye. 2-2.
Counts full.
3-2. Good eye. Come on. Make something happen here. Late on the fastball. Good pitch. Up and in. Got enough velocity to get away with that for sure. 1 out now. Orioles are 5 outs away from sending us to a game 7. And Jorge Polanco sends this one into the night. 1-run game. Reflection of how I want to go about this top of the ninth. Jorge Polanco, his 4th home run here of the postseason. Absolutely smokes that baseball. Lefty, righty, lefty up. So let's get Rogers scheduled to put in. We'll leave Trevor Gott in case that gets to O'Neal. Good eye for Rengifo. It's a 3-1 count. And Rengifo back to back. Tied up. home runs here off of Brian Baker in the bottom of the 8th to tie the game. You are kidding me. What a moment for Luis Rengifo, who spent the first 4 months of this season not doing that much, almost getting benched, moves from the leadoff spot down the order, finds his way back up in the lineup, moved down a little bit here in the postseason, but Rengifo, after a slow Guardian series, has been really good here against Baltimore, who are now making a pitching change, going back to Anthony Bender, who we have had no luck against. And now it is Luke Raley, and we have a tie game. Wow, what a turn of events here late in this one.
Ball 2.
Get out of that bases loaded 1-out situation in the top of the 8th. Then back-to-back home runs. Base hit. Henderson with a really strong play there. Short. Raley is out. Now it's Burles.
That's a
Chance to continue the innings. Now a 2-1 count with 2 outs. Oh, and he's going to get that one back up the middle. A sinker on the inside. Burleson has got 2 pretty funky inside pitches that he kind of in and out. Makes that work. Got just enough velocity on that to get that through the infield. A lot of spin on that. We are absolutely going to put in Victor Robles, who is also, I was planning on putting him in at the top of the 9th regardless for a little extra defense. Now we got some speed, a little bit more speed, a good base runner there at first. 1-1 count here to Polanco.
That's out the corner.
2-1 count now to Polanco. Rutschman is really good behind the plate. Like, that is not something I'm really, he's got a good arm. That's not something I want to test in this situation. 2-1 count. Oh, Polanco, or Crawford. Doing too much talking. Got my mind all messed up. 2-2 count. Oh, Crawford got something to turn on there. Still a 2-2. We're going to send him here. Oh, Crawford, no. Maybe he'll drop it out. Circle change down the middle. Ends the inning, but Polanco and Rengifo go back to back. To tie this game up, we head to the top of the 9th. Taylor Rogers comes in from the bullpen. Going to be a 3-2 count here to Mullins, who's got 2 stolen bases today. Thankfully didn't just watch that cutter go by. It's a really good sweeper. Fine cutter up and in. Got way more plate than I wanted to. Come on, Rogers. Good location. Doesn't chase. That'll be a walk. Mullins has stolen again 2 bases today. This game is tied. We'll sit not down. Who do you want to bring in just in case this gets to Tyler O'Neill? Santos. Good pitch there to Mountcastle. Somehow fouled off a really good cutter there as well. It looked like really good cutter. Got by him with the fastball there. Sinker technically. All right. 3-1 count. The best hitter for the Orange. He skies this one. Throws Arena. Doesn't run it down. 3-2 count. sweeper. Not a bad one. Be another walk. Come on. Come on. Come on. Santos will have to come in this situation. I'm not throwing him against O'Neal. Yep. Gregory Santos did really well in his last outing in big situations. Can he do it for us again here? Got O'Neal to swing at the slider, gets a big strikeout there. 2 runners are still on, and now you go right back to a lefty here. Colton Cowser. Oh, a hang-in sinker there from Santos he gets away with. Come on. Get to it, Robles. Get to it. That's why you bring in Robles, makes the play out and right. Santos comes in and does his job. Rogers wasn't great. Santos did what he needed to do there. We're now at the bottom of the 9th. The 2, 3, 4 guys up here for Seattle. Winker, 2 hits today, but the guys behind him have missed opportunities. They are due. Winker rolls this one over. Can Griffin turn and burn? He throws. It's off. Jesse Winker is at first now. Probably going to be considered an error, I would guess there. You make a move, just 35 speed. Put in Marlowe. Like it's hitting a little bit better than Bliss's. Now it's a 2-2 count here for Julio. Got him. The one thing with quick counts, if you come up with 2 strikes, it makes you a little jump. Makes me jumpy anyway. No reason to swing at that. All right, still a runner at first. Good take. Oh, Cal Raleigh gets up the middle. It's a base hit. When I first started swinging, I thought that was going to send us to the World Series. 2 runners on. 1 out in the inning. Raleigh with another single. But it's an important one to Rosarena. 1 for 4 today. Has been really, really good here in this postseason. With a chance to send Seattle to the World Series. Gets that one back up the middle. Marlowe heading home. He scores. Seattle to the World Series. A comeback victory. What a finish. Down 5-3. Bases loaded. 1 out. Trent Thornton gets the double play in the top of the 8th. In the bottom of the 8th. Polanco and Rengifo go back-to-back. To tie the game up, Santos comes in with 2 runners on. Gets out Tyler O'Neal, gets out Colton Cowser, gives Seattle a chance to walk it off. Winker gets on. Raleigh gets a hit. And Randy Arozarena with a base hit up the middle, scoring Marlowe, who pinch runs for Winker. And Seattle, for the first time in franchise history, are going to the World Series. What a game. Wow. Wow. I need to find... want to find something I can use for them. Westberg had a good day, so let's make him a thumbnail player for them maybe. Wow. What a way to win this. Holy cow, guys. All right. So they did consider that a hit from Winker there at the end. Yeah. Just, let's do this 8th inning double play from Thornton with the bases loaded. Just had the play before where you try to turn 2, everybody ends up getting on. Griffin rolls over, doesn't roll over, hits that pretty swiftly over to Polanco. Really good turn there at second. Get Griffin by a step or 2 there to get out of that. Then we had Polanco, a massive home run here in the top of the 8th. And then of all people, I don't think I've hit a home run with Rengifo here in the series, or just this year since that's all we've had him. But Rengifo follows it up right behind him, hits one into the night as well. Brian Baker giving up both of those swings. Turns in to 2 home runs. Then in the 9th inning, you got 2 guys on here after Mullins walks. Get Mountcastle to strike out swinging, then Henderson walks. So Rogers walks 2. Bring in Santos. Gets O'Neal to swing at a slider outside. And you get Colton Cowser. You bring in Robles in the top of the 8th to try to pinch run for Burleson after a single. Ends up not doing anything, not scoring. But Robles, with the additional speed, is able to just barely get to this fly ball that scores a run if Burleson is in right field. And then, of course, the bottom of the 9th, you get the single from Winker. Raleigh gets a base hit up the middle, and then a Rosarena back up the middle. Marlowe, 72 speed, needed all 72 to slide in here. And Seattle's going to the World Series. What a game, what a finish. A lot of late offense. Brian Wu was not great today, obviously, but this bullpen was just outstanding. I mean, Taylor Rogers not really counting, obviously, for that. Faced 3 batters, let 2 get on via walk, but Snyder, Thornton with just a huge pitches. Santos, massive pitches there in that 9th inning to get out of that inning. Snyder was really good. Gave us 2 1/3 when we really needed it after Wu couldn't get through 5. But yeah, I mean, Rengifo, Polanco, each with home runs. Rengifo is really swinging a good bat right now. Everybody kind of picked up. Julio was in a spot in this game to kind of do damage at different times. Raleigh was as well. Thankfully, he got the single there late, but Rosarena was able to pick up Julio and Raleigh early in the game, then gets the base hit to win it, but Rengifo with 2 of the RBIs, Polanco with the solo shot, Burleson fighting off that inside curveball that I swing late on, but able to punch it out to left center to knock in a run. Everything just really ended up working out in our favor. You know, we did a nice job of working around Mullins, who had 2 hits and a walk with 2 stolen bases, only scores 1 time. Mountcastle walks, doesn't end up getting a hit, but does score a run, strikes out 3 times. But Gunnar Henderson got away with a pitch on him late that he almost took deep to left field. He has another really good game, though. 5 hits over his last 2, including another RBI today. You get Westberg and Griffin both go deep. Westberg has had some good games in this series. Griffin hasn't really done a whole lot, but those 2 guys combined for 4 hits, 2 home runs, just kind of able to work around it. I mean, we worked around 6 total walks. It's close to the most I've thrown in any game this series. Seattle is going to the World Series for the first time. We are the American League champions here in year 2. Thankfully, they ended up not having to go to a Game 7. I don't know how my nerves would have necessarily taken that. But we're going to be taking on the Phillies here. We got plenty of time to rest everybody up. It's going to be number 1 versus number 1, so on and so forth throughout the rest of this series. Obviously, a best of 7. We'll really take a look at previewing that series in the next one. But just kind of quickly, I mean, they have bludgeoned their way through the playoffs. 3-1 over Milwaukee, 4-0, a clean sweep of the Dodgers in the regular season. They went 101-61. They were one of the 2 teams with a better record than us in all of baseball. It is the number 2 seed in the National League versus the number 1 seed over here in the American League. We've got to this point with a 3-1 series win over Cleveland and then a 4-2 series win over Baltimore. A couple of really good games. It was a very, very fun series. Had a couple here in the first 3 that were not really overly close, but a really tight one finish to it after we evened up the series. We won 2-1 and then came back and won 6-5. Came back technically in both these games since the Orioles scored first with a Gunnar Henderson home run. But just that was a fun game, fun experience. Thankfully, did not have to go to a Game 7. We got plenty of time for our guys to get well rested as we head into this gigantic series, obviously in the world being the World Series against the Philadelphia Phillies. That'll do it for this episode. If you enjoy the content, please like and subscribe. Check out my other work on the channel. I've got 2 College Football 25 series. Obviously, those are both wrapped up as we're getting ready for College Football 26. And I do have an Atlanta Hawks franchise on NBA 2K25 that I'm rolling with here as well. Thank y'all so much for tuning in. And until next time, peace.